Hey everybody, D-Dog on a Friday the 13th, Dave Raw for Dynamic Rainmakers doing a Courier Run tonight, like every weeknight that I do. Last night, it was a lot of grass fires, and we had a trailer park fire. Unfortunately, one person died in the trailer park fire. But all sorts of weird things going on. It was cool, but it was really super windy, but very low humidity. But that's what was going on yesterday, but didn't have too much time to really video stuff. So that's that. So doing 12 runs on Friday the 13th. May. But what are we going to talk about, guys? I mean, I've told you just about everything I can about getting in this business. What you need to be doing. I guess maybe talk about the type of stuff that's actually picked up. It's not really too much of a variation in this type of work because it's such a fixed route for veterinarian medicine. Yeah, veterinarian medicine. Dogs, cats, and other critters. So what you usually deal with is blood, urine, tissue samples, sometimes organ samples. It's all in little containers. All the actual fluid samples are in vials or plastic vials, and they're put into a special Ziploc with all of the information that's needed. So I gather up all that stuff, and for the longest time I was actually meeting somebody that would consolidate all the pickups and then take it up to Denver. But we just couldn't get our timing synchronized to actually go to these places where we had to meet and stuff. So now what I'm doing is I'm just picking stuff up from my last, putting it in my last drop-off box, which is a locked box. I have a really super short video down below somewhere that shows that being done. It's a really simple procedure, pretty straightforward stuff. Now, one of the things that I did before this, I was picking up COVID samples and carrying COVID vaccines all over the state. That one was pretty interesting. It was kind of what they call an on-call system. I didn't have a fixed route. I just went where they needed me to, but it kind of turned into a fixed route. I knew exactly where I'd be going from time to time. Then they also had sometimes stat blood samples thrown in there that were between labs or between clinics. Sometimes I carried surgical equipment between facilities. So those are the main medical things. I didn't really carry any records, which you usually do in some cases. But that was the main stuff I was doing, and still kind of doing the same stuff with the veterinarian medicine. I'm trying to expand out, as you know, from other videos, trying to get some what they call master contracts so I can have drivers under me. If that works out, I'd like to have people in Colorado under me, so keep that in mind if you ever want to get into this. I'll probably be putting a little blurb out on cbdriver.com when I'm looking for drivers in this area. Like I've said before, it doesn't take much to get into this. You just need a good, reliable vehicle. It could be a car, it could be a Jeep like I use. It can be a small van. If you want to do more, maybe a little bit larger van, like a cargo van. And you can use that for moving light freight. I also did that in my Jeep. Expedited things like commercial paint and machine parts, truck parts, automotive parts, and different type of industrial things that are small, like valves and stuff. but they need to get these things moved really quickly. So that's really what's entailed in this. It's not too bad. When you get trained, they're going to give you training on how to contain spills. Fortunately, I haven't had one yet. I did have, it wasn't really a spill, it was a bag that broke open and filled up. Well, it didn't fill up, it just put stuff inside my little Courier cooler that I had, and I had to clean that out, make sure it was all deconned and everything, and that wasn't too bad. But they give you little kits. You can also find little kits off of Amazon and places like that. They're not really that much to get. So that's pretty straightforward stuff. Depending on what you're moving, you usually don't have any paperwork other than what's in the Ziploc, so you don't take that out. That just goes to the next group, the lab facility. But you do have software on your smartphone that keeps track of where you are. You take pictures of the stuff you're picking up, where you're picking up from, the quantities of what you're picking up. There's been a few cases where I actually had to have people sign for things, and in that regard, they have a system you put on your smartphone that allows signatures on your smartphone. That's interesting. Other than that, there really isn't too much in the way of actual paperwork for the sample moving. However, if you start moving light freight, you're going to be filling out bill of ladings or signing bill of ladings. So usually you get one at the origin point, and then they give that to you. And when you get to the drop-off point, you sign it, the receiving person signs it, and usually a copy will get sent back to the origin point or the office. You do that with PDF software, or you do it with a digital fax that you email to people. That's pretty straightforward. The other thing you'll have to deal with occasionally are like freight bills that go between warehouses of the same company, or they go to a UPS terminal for long-term storage before they get shipped out again to whatever. You'll learn how to fill those things out. They're not very complex. It's a type of an air bill form, but it's really basic. The other thing that you'll be dealing with is TSA-based air shipping paperwork. And that one's a little bit more complex because, of course, they need to have your TSA number. If you have a TSA number, they need to get some other ID numbers on there as well. And things like that. There'll be multiple, usually of hand-printed copies. They should be getting more electronic. I think they will be. Things like that, you do things like that for paperwork. And of course, you want to have your own business cards to hand out to places. Who knows, you may be able to drum up business for your own stuff. That can happen. Make sure you let them know what you can do, because I have a couple of things I've moved for specialized machine parts for vans and stuff. Found out who the manufacturing company was, and then I let them know at the receiving end too, because they're the ones that actually order it. So I can pick this stuff up for them when they need me to. Make sure you always have some way of letting these people know you're available to do these things, because you don't have to do it necessarily under the courier company you're working for as an independent contractor. You can do it as your own company, and you'll have to have invoicing set up and everything like that. But you can do it like that. You can also have it set up for COD if you have, like I use a Square D for credit card payments. So doing things like that, it's pretty straightforward, guys. Once I get more information rounded up, because I need more questions, I'm going to be trying to get this big video released and get that out soon. It's more of an extended tutorial. Okay guys, hope you have a good weekend, and if you have any runs over the weekend, good luck with those. I'll be talking to you later. Bye.